Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community because of you, because you are so kind to each other, and you've also been so kind to me. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down the description box. All the questions are listed out there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose. And or you can watch it back on turn up to 1.25 speed or something like that. I do a lot on YouTube. It's an idea. It's an idea. Hello, everybody. It is 12:15 currently in Chicago. At 2 o'clock, I am doing a recorded Zoom call with Andre from Astrology Alert, and he has some. He wants to talk about some interesting insights he has gained on some prominent people. So that will be recorded, and then it's going to, of course, it'll be coming out on his channel, but he said he's going to give me a copy to put out here on mine. Okay, I'm not picky. I'm just happy whenever I get to work with Andre. So that's what's going on for me at 2 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock or maybe 3:30, the Creative Sprints over on the Creative Sprints channel, which I do every day. Sarah said she should feel she's going to try to be there for the first 1 or 2 sprints today, which would be great because her entire family has COVID. Bless, bless, bless. Including her. And if she can't make it, I will be there ASAP. So I'm planning on, if it's just me, Creative Spring starting at 3:30 Central Time, Chicago time. It's hard to see, but it says Chicago right there. That's where I am. Hello. Hello from Chicago. All right. Anyway. Oh, and the nails today. Look at these. Look. Yuck. Yuck. Aren't these cool? There's pink and blue and gold, and I love these. Anyway. And of course, today's date. So anyway. And Tarot of Mystical Moments. Link is in the description box for this deck. All right, we're going to get on with the questions. Sorry, that was loud. Somebody just fell. All right, did I disturb the kitty? Oh, did I disturb the kitty? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry I disturbed the kitty. I'm sorry I disturbed the kitty. You're a good boy. You're a baby good. Yes, you are. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. I put a picture of Boo Boo up on the community page today. Ricky says, and the star of the show, the new lead guitarist for Typo Negative, Boo Boo's and Kitty. Little tiny bass. That's cute. All right. I have not updated my Amazon wish list yet, but thank you for asking. I didn't have a chance yesterday, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's, what was I going to? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's do the thing. Deborah Johnson, and you don't know why you're the alpha? I'm not the alpha. I'm not the alpha. My father is the patriarch. He's the alpha of this family. Anyway. All right. 4:30. Let's do the thing. So there are a couple of these, some of these articles I know about, some I'm actually not on top of the details, so you might have to help me. Also, if you're asking questions, do leave a link to a news source, reputable news source with your question, if there is one, if you can find one. Also, try to use a URL shortener if you can, because if you put in a question and you put in the whole link, I can't highlight it and put it in the description box. The link doesn't work when I transfer it over unless it's short. I know it's a pain. And yeah, we don't capitalize the questions anymore. I know. It's always changing. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. Anyway, okay. Moving on. All right, 5:30. Well, first thing here is from Uncover the News. Kristen brought a couple of great questions. Ex-Trump lawyers signaling bad news for former president, says Kirshner. And I'm trying to see, is this the same? Is this related to the Trillium Tarot headline that Trump attorney keeps incriminating notes about classified documents and prosecutors have them? All right, the ex-Trump lawyer signaling bad news for the former president. That's over on Newsweek. And let's see, talking about all the various things he's in trouble for. Amid these ongoing cases, several of Trump's former attorneys have either spoken out against him or left his legal team, which does not bode well for Trump. Glenn Kirshner is a former federal prosecutor. Okay. So, quote from Glenn Kirshner: so many of Trump's attorneys, current and former, are all sending the same signal. That signal is indictments are coming. Really? And all right. Is that what's going on here? Let's just start there. I like that, Sharon Rice. Yeah, that's a good that's a good way to explain this. Oh gosh. All right. Are your lawyers? Oh, Trumpy Dumpy. Are your lawyers signaling that indictments are coming? Oh, and that you can't be trusted? And that you get your lawyers from a bubblegum machine, basically. Gabriel Martinez, you are banned. You are absolutely blocked. Block user. All right. 2 cards for the end. Thank you, Trillium Tarot. King of Pentacles. So, the thing about this particular King of Pentacles card is it's not symmetrical. Even the coins are different sizes, and there's a guy kind of balanced at the top. So, while you have the stag, who is a symbol of, and with a rack of this a giant rack of antler, it's not really stable. It's not really good. So, right, where's my? Is that part of what fell down? Yes, that's part of what fell down. I need this. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Trump, the dynasty. I was watching an interview this morning with Mary Trump, who was talking to another doctor, and who came out and spoke out about Trump's narcissism. And they were talking, and she was talking about how the family, I mean, she grew up and she thought it was a normal family, but then she realized how toxic it was, how bad it was. And that's really what this is. This is the dynasty. This is 10 of Pentacles. And it's the whole thing's toxic. The whole thing is toxic. King of Wands. And then he's showing his true colors, which are all ugly. King of Wands. There are some multiple cards in this deck. I've got both of the King of Wands. Fire, the ugly not always. These kings can be good or bad, but in Trump's case, it's the drumbeat of fascism and setting things on fire. 8 of Cups. That's the evidence that's being amassed. And these are his lawyers walking away. And then I've got 2 cards for the end, which is Temperance and the Emperor. Trump thinking he's so much more important and better than everybody else. Here's a Temperance card right there with it. And we know Trump won't be tempered. He just won't. He won't listen. He's not helped himself at all with the garbage he's pulled, with the constant running of his mouth. I mean, he was held liable for intimate abuse. Let's put it that way. I know there are little ears around. And he still put out, a few days later, he still put out a GIF of, or a little video of, a drummer where he's the drummer and he's hitting the heads of all of these different women who are against him. Yeah, there's no, it's not subtle. It's not a double entendre. Years and years ago, it was one of those I love the 80s shows. That came out in the 90s where people were, I hired comedians to come on and talk about old music, old videos, that kind of thing. And I'll never forget, in one of them, I'm afraid I don't remember it well enough to give credit. I wish I could. But the issue of that song Cherry Pie came up, and one of the comedians just said, it wasn't even a double entendre, it was a single entendre. And that made me laugh. So yeah, there's no subtlety here. So is bad news coming for Trump? What I get is yes. And he makes it worse for himself every single day. Disappointment. He's tried to knock everything down. He's going to run for the presidency as long as he possibly can, because he thinks that's his one way to protect himself, to get out of legal trouble. Knight of Pentacles, Temperance again, Tower. And honestly, this feels like Letitia James. Temperance in the Tower. That feels very much like Letitia James. Yeah. So, happy birthday, Heather. Alexis Craig, he is a collector of grievances. Yes, and he cannot help but share them. Yes, he lives on the drama triangle. Cartman's handy-dandy drama triangle. Trump is a victim. He thinks he's a victim. Day in, day out, on and on and on and on and on. Victim, victim, victim. Until occasionally he's a savior, but then people are not appreciative enough. So he goes back to being the victim. And then he becomes a persecutor because he has to protect himself. Then he gets blowback and then immediately defaults back to victim. It's like an upside down triangle. Victim at the bottom. Savior in one corner, persecutor in the other, but the default is victim. No president's ever been treated worse than I have, ever. Go away, Lincoln. Be quiet, JFK. No president's been treated worse than I have. Anyway, question number 2. At 14:45. Oh, 14, let's just say 15. Okay. So this is a different thing that Trillium Tarot brought. Trump attorney kept incriminating notes about classified documents and prosecutors have them. And I thought my day couldn't get better. Yes. Oh, yes, Fran Urbina. They missed the deadline on turning over emails, and the Trump family are in so much trouble. Oh, yeah. But Trump attorney kept incriminating notes about classified documents. A, you don't say. Do tell. Yeah, Susan Henry, everyone cries for him. Don't forget that. Sir, he said with tears in his eyes. Because you smell bad? It like, oh my gosh, it's like worse than onions. Oh, that's what everyone's got. Oh, sir. I think that's actually more what's going on, personally. All right, Hierophant. Oh, you done messed up. Classified documents, and you mess around, and you're gonna find out. Lucky Girl says Cartman's victim triangle, and not Eric Cartman from South Park, but he acts like he's always a victim on the victim triangle too. Actually, it's Carp with a K and a P. K-A-R-P, Cartman. But I like that. Yes. All right, King of Pentacles again. He does what he wants. No, it's a facade. Queen of Swords. Multiple sources are going after him. Eight of Pentacles. Working. Who did you make money off of those documents, Trump? Three of Pentacles. There was a plan. Eight of Pentacles working. That's right in the middle. And there's a plan. There was a plan is right after it. King of Cups. Hello, Jack Smith. That actually feels like Jack Smith. Oh, yeah. King of Pentacles. So there's Trump. With the working card in the middle, this is trying to gain something. These are multiple investigations. Queen of Swords. There's his plan. There's Jack Smith. And once again, Trump, I have no empathy. I have no sympathy. You did this to yourself repeatedly. Ultimately, the biggest victim of Trump's crimes are going to be is going to be Trump himself. He does this to himself. Anyway. All right, let's go on to, this is from yesterday, just carried over from yesterday at 1845. Now, when we hear about people being removed from some of these cases, it can feel a lot like, oh my gosh, are they going to get away with something? But we're checking something here, because the news is saying that the griftlings, Trump's eldest children, have been stripped from lawsuit to speed up another Donald Trump trial. All right, so it isn't, let me just have a quick look. See if there's anything here. 1 second, it should be loading, resolving host, taking its time. And Donald Trump will face trial in yet another civil case on an expedited schedule now that his children have been voluntarily dropped from the case after they made it clear their father was the principal architect of the conduct called into question. They made it clear, huh? I'm sorry. Did I just hear the thump of a bus tire going over Trump? Is that what I heard? Did anyone else hear that? The lawsuit dates back 5 years, when viewers of The Apprentice sued Trump, his company, and his kids. According to the lawsuit, they were conned into paying thousands of dollars for desktop video phones that Trump touted as the next big piece of technology. In reality, they were rendered obsolete by smartphones. Donald Trump won't be joined by his children when he goes to trial in a civil suit alleging he ripped off viewers in his Celebrity Apprentice TV show for years by pitching investments in a doomed desktop video phone. The trial set for January. Interestingly, the case will still feature the depositions of the Trump children. I hadn't even heard about this case, at least not that I remember. And those depositions reportedly show that their kids pointed to their dad as the one responsible for the purported conduct. So I would think that this doesn't sound like it would, like if I'm going to invest in something technological, it's a guarantee eventually it's going to become obsolete. That is the nature of the beast. So why would look, I want Trump to be held accountable for his crimes in a court. I just don't know. Let's see about this one. Oh, I've got a justice card. The moon, ace of wands, temperance, magician, devil. All right, chaos. Everywhere goes Trump. This is the moon. This is just chaos everywhere he goes. Ace of wands. He was just trying to make money, doing his grift, whatever. Temperance is in the middle, though. Major arcana temperance, which would be, if you're investing in technology, kind of what do you expect? But the card for the reading is justice. I've got a magician here, which is pulling a rabbit out of a hat. And there's a devil card, which makes me wonder if they're not going to use things like Trump University, the Trump University rulings and other rulings like that to show Trump's culpability. Because I would think this wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Kelly says, I want Trump to be tried and convicted of being a seditious traitor. Sedition, that's a real possibility. Two of Swords. Well, that was a decision made. Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Page of Pentacles. Five of Cups. The truth. Investor. Small-time investor. Disappointment. What I'm getting is, I don't know if they'll win, but it feels like they wouldn't even have a case if they couldn't say, see, this was a con, this was a con, this was a con, this was a con, this was a con. And he's under criminal indictment for falsifying business records and. They may not, be set for life and make $1 bazillion, but this case wouldn't even stand if Trump was not a one-man crime spree daily, on the daily, allegedly. Entertainment only YouTube. Hang on a second. Yes, Alexis Craig, say it with me now. Prior bad acts. Yes. Katie Arbuckle says, hi guys, sorry I'm late. I was applying to Taco Bell in Salem, Oregon. Oh, I hope you get that. Good luck, good luck. Good luck. Dr. Nancy wants espionage. Susan Henry says, yes, it's a pattern. Larry says, in today's world, your electronics are obsolete the moment of purchase. True. And all right, let's move on then to another question that carried over from yesterday. At 26 minutes in, Giuliani, who is scum of the earth, I think we can all agree that Trump, Giuliani, hard to decide which one is a lower form of life. Apparently, according to a legal expert, Trumpworld has a vested interest in Giuliani settling out of court with his accuser. Well, that might be the case because Giuliani went to his accuser's computer, put in his email address and password, and her computer downloaded 23,000 of his emails, of Giuliani's emails, including his correspondences with basically everybody in Trump world and the Trump family. So, yeah, Trump world has a vested interest in Giuliani making this go away. But the question is, would Trump actually put up the money to make that happen? And would this woman accept it? True, Renier, settle with what? That side has no money. So, it's not Dufresne. Is it, Denfrey? It's these people's, all these different men behaving badly. They're different victims. There's so many. All right, so Dumfrey. Thank you, Azalea. They're gonna try to settle this out of the court. Dumfrey. Thank you, Azalea. Thank you, Kelly. Seven of Pentacles. Fruits of labor. She worked for you. She wasn't your girlfriend. And she can prove it. Page of Pentacles. Working for you. What does a page do? He works. Magician. Ta-da! Queen of Swords. Investigations. Lovers. Ugh. Two of Pentacles. All right. She's been through a lot. And she may not be in the best financial state right now. So it's possible she could take a bunch of money so then she could just go home. But the amount of abuse that she went through, allegedly, but the amount of abuse, I believe her, me personally, and she's got the receipts, so she doesn't have to. I'm hoping her lawyer stands firm. I'm hoping people around her give her the courage to just say, you can do this. You will get more if you go to trial. She's been through a lot. A lot. Kelly B, Andre's not coming on here. He at 2:00. I'm doing a recorded Zoom call with him, which he will put out on his channel later. I don't know when, and he said he's going to give me a copy to put up here on my channel, but I don't know. I don't know the details on that yet. Yeah, Marie Sutton, a lifetime of therapy isn't cheap. Yep, Kathy Delisle. Oh lordy, there are tapes. Yeah, there are. So, is the Giuliani nastiness, is he just going to hand over some money he gets from who knows where and that will be the end of it? Or does she get a huge amount of money and the emails go somewhere useful, let's say? Hermit. Stay away from me. Okay. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. Boy, does she have a big sword of truth. The Emperor. She has the truth that she can prove about Emperor Giuliani, which is how he sees himself. I do anything I want. Knight of Cups. People willing to fight for her. King of Swords. He's a lawyer, but he's a bad lawyer. Knight of Wands. To jump through flaming hoops, and we know what he's like in these. We know what he's like these days when he goes and talks in front of a court or what have you, or lawmakers or anything like that. Does he really think he can? He really thinks he's the one who's going to be in charge legally if this goes to trial. And she has some good people in her corner. But man, it's hard. This poor woman. I'm trying not to imagine. Just bless. But to some extent, what does she need to say? Here are the tapes. I'm going to get up there and talk. I will once, but on the whole, here are the tapes. These are the words out of his own mouth. So, man. Poor woman. Bless. Okay. Dr. Nancy, I think this might be what we were talking about earlier, because Kristen from Uncover the News had sent in a link. Ex-Trump lawyers signaling bad news for former president, says Glenn Kirshner. Dr. Nancy came in and said, I woke at midnight, just as Kirshner tweeted from Greece, something big is about to happen. I think it's these 16 pages. 16 pages. I don't know what that is. Trump had to sign to know how to deal with papers. Oh, maybe that's it. Well, let me ask if something is imminent. Like, oh boy, imminent. Something imminent. 2 cards there. 8 of Pentacles. Working. I am getting that all the people who are working on these cases against Trump and Trump trying to get out of them, everybody's moving. So, for what it's worth. 6 of Swords. That would be my going up the river card. King of Wands. That's Trump. 3 of Pentacles. There was a plan. 7 of Pentacles. Fruits of labor. Legal or not, decent or not. And I've got a Page of Cups with a 7 of Swords. So Page of Cups here, it doesn't take much to see the theft. Like, it's right there. It's right there. So I don't have a Chariot here. I don't have anything here that I have things here that are moving, definitely, but not rushing. So there's that. Okay. So I did not write down the time for that. Oh well. All right. 35:15. Oh my gosh. I don't have the video handy, but and what do we really want to watch it again? But do you remember Lauren Boebert talking in the rotunda? Praying in the rotunda in the Capitol, and she had some double bass guy or cellist or whatever who was nearby playing some kind of dirge, and she'd be saying things and he was in the background going, yeah, like stoner dude. Valerie Sargent says apparently Lauren Boebert is dating the man who was playing the cello in her prayer in the Capitol. I get a real kick out of these holier than thou people who have multiple spouses. And look, there's reason to have multiple spouses over the course of your life. Very valid reasons. I'm just saying the Christian, I'm more Christian than you. The country should be Christian. Oh, I'm going to have an affair. Oh, I'm going to have another affair. Oh, I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I'm going to go over here. Christian. Sit down. My parents are Catholic. They've been married for over 60 years. So I don't want to hear it. Anyway. Oh, no. Judy Barr says, I thought she was dating a reporter. Oh, no, that's Empty G. Yes. She went through a divorce after cheating on her husband multiple times. Felder Ray, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thank you. But laws should be Christian, and everybody should be able to do what they want based on their Christian values. Sit down. Anyway, Lauren Boebert. Oh, wow, that's amazing. It is. I'm the only person in my immediate family who's divorced. My parents have been married for 61 years, something like that. My oldest sister's been married for 35. One of three's been married for 35 years. Two of three's been married for 23, something like that. Yeah. So good for them. It's just the hypocrisy makes me crazy. Lauren Boebert. Revolution Ricky, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Ding, 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 ding. Gretchen says, going on 40 years myself. Well done, congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. Anne says, and she's proud she's going to be a grandmother at 36. Susie Buckingham says, I've been married 46 years this week. Oh, wow. Oh, Sherry Borello says, end of the month we'll have been married for 52 years. Oh my gosh. Deborah Kell says 41 years on May 1st. Marie Sutton says 35 years for me. Oh my gosh. You guys are great. You guys are great. Congratulations. All right. 6 of Swords. Oh, leaving. Legally. Leaving. Say 31 years for me. Ricky says, I've been with my wife for 12 years. Oh, congratulations. Oh, God. And with my dog lady for 14. Oh, it's a puppy dog. Kim Hawkins says, remember, they're Christian nationalists. It may be different. Oh, no, it's whatever is convenient for him or for them. That's their Christian nationalism. You should be limited in what you can do. Me? Oh, no, I do what I want. Divine Clarity has been married 53 years on June 6th. Ken Lloyd was married 39 years last April. Oh my gosh. Sheila Stewart says 16 years for me. Excellent, with 21 years prior experience. But that's impressive. Oh, I missed one. Oh, Ricky says, you mentioned my dog lady. She looked up. Hello, lady. Hello. Good puppy dog. Good lady. Good puppy dog. Good puppy dog. Good puppers. Jennifer Taylor says 18 years. Dana Hutchinson, 46 years, July 8th. Oh my gosh. Sherry, Voice from the Swamp, says, I've been a widower for 22 years. I still feel married. I'm perfectly happy on my own. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Selma says, my parents were married for 62 years, and they're not Christian. But that's impressive. Okay. What's her face? What's her face? 43 years in August. Oh my gosh. Wow. Chris L. 35 years married, dated 5 years previous to that. Nice. Desert Dawn's second marriage, but this one we are on 42 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need to get back to the ratings, but this is great. I'm so glad that you guys have that kind of joy in your life. I'm really glad you've had that kind of stability and joy in your life. That is exactly what I wish for you. I wish so much happiness for you from just the bottom of my heart. Alexis Craig says, Bert and I will be 26 years in October. Oh, there was a 53. Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie. I'm sorry. Terry Schreier, 53 at the end of November. 53 years. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to the readings, but thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing all of that. Thank you. All right, to Lauren Boebert. Oh, you mean there's a burden being on the far right and being a staggering hypocrite? Unbelievable. Wheel of Fortune. Look, marriages can end for good reasons. I'm not saying, but the hypocrisy makes me crazy. King of Swords. Six of Wands. Page of Pentacles. And to heck with the kids. Christian, 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 more Christian than thou. Look how Christian I am, standing in the middle of the rotunda, praying. Look, I think you can probably guess. I'm pretty spiritual by nature. But let me tell you, if you put me in the rotunda of the Capitol, if I pray, it's going to be silent. I'm probably just going to be awestruck, and I'm probably going to be like, this is amazing. I'm so glad we have this. And if I send up a prayer, I'll send up a prayer or draw down positive energy to our country. And the hope that we become a more perfect union and a happier little melting pot. Yeah. Man. That's true, Ricky. Sometimes I thought Boebert married her guns because in every photo she had a gun in her hand. Oh, that would be MTG too. Valerie Sargent says, well, it was an adulterer's prayer group. Did somebody say double bass cello guy, stoner dude, was married with 4 children? Is stoner dude married with kids? Really? I don't know if that's the case, but I thought somebody said it in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised. Star Melody, Elizabeth B., says this country was never a Christian country. Yes, exactly. Deists who believed that the universe was like a great big mechanism that God came along, set into motion, and has gone off to do errands or whatever. They did not want religious tyranny in this country. Anyway. Ugh. Oh, Cindy, I'm so sorry. Oh, and yes, somebody said something about cheating. Yeah. If they will cheat with you, they will cheat on you. All right. Okay. Let's talk about McCarthy. Oh, man. Okay, 4630. Anne had a question. 4630. Will there be a vote to oust McCarthy if he compromises on the debt ceiling? Let's have a double check on that. Will there be... Two of Cups. Oh, maybe we could have somebody else try to become the speaker, and the Democrats can waste another week, 2 weeks, whatever, on and on, while somebody else loses the vote 14 times in a row. That's the Democrats just... Was it Katie Porter sitting on the floor reading a copy of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Blank? Was that the... Six of Swords? Ooh, movement. Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Temperance is in the middle. Three of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Well, oh, Jane, I'm so sorry. Okay, this would be McCarthy having to move on, but this is the sitting pretty card with a Temperance card. This is Democrats being happy, and this is a King of Wands. So the far right isn't going to be happy, and we will be happier. So it's just dysfunction on the right. I don't have cards here that are saying absolutely McCarthy is going to get the boot. Not yet. Give it time. But big lead dysfunction on the other side. Let me see if I can pick up anything else. Yes, that was Katie, says Sherlock Holmes. Thank you. Well, if anybody could remember it, it would be you, Sherlock. Five of Cups. Disappointment on the right that they haven't been able to do much. King of Cups, that is Joe Biden large and in charge. Hanged Man, that would be a suspension. And the Higher Wisdom. I'm getting that Biden's going to eat their lunch. That man knows how to negotiate. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to come out smelling like roses most of the time. Not always, but he's been in this job for decades, or a political job for decades and decades and decades. This isn't his first rodeo dealing with the McCarthys of the world. That mediocre jar of mayonnaise. So Shay Laughter says, I'm surprised McCarthy can stand without his backbone. Yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it? Maybe he has a big solid girdle like Trump. Okay. Now we're going to read about hostile Florida. Very hostile Florida, and various repercussions that you guys were bringing up. So at 50:30, yesterday I had the question from yesterday, but I didn't get a chance, so I rolled it over to today, and then we got some new ones. The NAACP says Florida is openly hostile in a travel advisory slamming DeSantis. Yeah, basically saying, don't go there, don't travel there. Just if you can avoid it, don't go there. Page of Cups. See, that's the thing with the one of the things that they get wrong, especially on the far right, is that the world is bigger than they think it is. I know I'm a broken record, but human beings, we are literally not wired to understand the scale of humanity that is on this planet. Our brains default back to, I'm in this clan, there's that clan over there, there's a distant clan over there, and we might fight, or maybe I even have a whole little city, and there's a whole little city over there, but that city isn't 17 million people, and this one isn't either. For most of human scientists have said, for most of Homo sapien history, you were lucky if you met 150 people total in your entire life. And that's how we're wired. So they don't get that you think the gays are some fringe element that you can just shun. They are a far bigger demographic than you realize. They have all kinds of power. You're deluding yourself. I mean, even the 1953 that they want to go back to, they really have no concept of how much bigger the country is. Seriously. I mean, I want to say, please, could somebody Google for me? Is it, wasn't it like 100 years ago, the US was like half the size it is now? Or maybe even into like the 30s or 40s? True, Lady Eva. And people who are LGBTQ plus have supporters and allies who are not LGBTQ plus. I am an ally. You are safe with me. Two of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Death is right in the Death card's in the middle, Ace of Swords, and the Tower. It's not workable in the long run. Cruelty, bigotry, all of it. None of it works in the long run. Oh, thank you, Trillium Tarot. According to the 1900 census, the population of the U.S. was then 76.3 million. It's 3 times what it was in 1900. Wow. M. Kelpie says, I know that in 1918, during the Spanish flu, we were only 100 million. Right. So when they want to go back in time, they really have no clue. They have no clue. the sheer size of this country and the power that different parts of the different parts of the country, the different demographics have when they work together. Stupid. B. Smith says the population of the U.S. in 1923 was just under 112 million. So 224 million. So we're more that we're more than half. We've more than doubled since 1923. Clueless. All right, but there's some more specific questions about this, because at 55:45. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Will the NAACP's travel advisory to Florida affect professional sports teams, NFL, NBA? What about the drafts? Froxy Roxy says we cannot be afraid to speak our minds and stand up against fascism. That's a big part of why this channel exists. Sports. Sports. Oh, like that. I'm like that meme. Oh, what a lovely, robust group of people. Which color are we rooting for? Six of Wands. Well, your right-wing victory doesn't usually work well with national stuff. Nine of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Queen of Wands. Tower. Fool. Okay. We need to keep in mind how much money is in professional sports in this country. It's massive. And they're not in a hurry to cut out a state. But this is egregious. And it's not going to get better as long as DeSantis is there. It's going to continue. His reign of terror is continuing. And it's going to be bad. Tower and Fool. DeSantis, I can't remember his name at this point. It's like, oh yeah, his name's DeSatan. No, DeSantis, that's it. It's, if it doesn't make any difference now, give it time. Because DeSantis isn't going to stop. It's just going to be more and more and more heinous and bigoted and awful. This is a man who just signed into law in Florida that doctors, EMTs, all health professionals can let you die if it suits their personal beliefs. He just signed that into law. Trump is going to be, a huge name in history books of what not to do, what not to be. But DeSantis is going to, I think everybody here's heard of Hitler, right? But you've also heard of Himmler, Goebbels. Now these were people who were loyal to Hitler, but even if they weren't, if they were still on the same kind of team, you've heard of the horrible lieutenants who were making the fascist rubber hit the road and anybody who was on it. That's DeSantis. That's his legacy. Yeah. Yeah. Alexis Craig's Mussolini. Franco. Yep. Mrs. Chura says, my niece was going to go to a school in Florida, but happily declined because she didn't want her money to go to the Satan. Exactly. Yep. Anti-Scamantha says an EMT may deny care if they think you're immodestly dressed. If it goes against your personal moral or ethical beliefs, you can let somebody die. As a doctor, EMT, or I believe any other, a nurse, any kind of other healthcare provider. Froxy Roxy says, how can the federal government put up with this and allow it? Well, that's what I was picking up on when I read on this yesterday. There are federal laws that are going to kick in. There's federal stuff that's going to kick in. Wow. Wow. Anyway, okay, but there was another question about this from Jenny. How is it going to affect, hang on, 10130, how is this going to affect tourism? I mean, I am a heterosexual cis white woman. You'd think I wouldn't have anything to worry about in Florida, but ew, why would I go to Florida? Why would I want to? Besides, Chicago's a great place to come for vacation if you're ever thinking about it. Beautiful lake, beautiful buildings. People are friendlier than in a lot of big cities in the world. Highly recommend Chicago. But anyway, Jenny Straunch was asking, I wonder if Florida tourism is going to suffer because of the NAACP travel advisory. Because people go to Florida there for the beaches and whatnot. Sheila R. says, we can understand Autumn's frustration. She has to read on this crazy information every day. Oh, was I being obnoxious about my frustration with this? Devin Grant says, too cold, Autumn. Chicago? It's 80 degrees here. It's a beautiful day. It is an absolute... Look at that sky. Look. Hang on. Let the light adjust. Come on. It's hard to see. Hang on. Where's the thing? I've got to turn the automatic exposure back on. There we go. That's better. It is 80 degrees out there, and auto exposure. Yeah, it's not playing along, but there's a beautiful blue sky. Just trust me. Just trust me. It's not coming out, but yeah, there's a beautiful blue sky. Oops. No, I love Chicago. I honestly do. I'm glad my family's here. It just up just a tiny bit, and we'll read about tourism. Okay, in Florida. Sheila R. says, no, Autumn, I meant in general. Okay. All right, so at 10, let's make this 104. There we go. So if Jenny Straunch was saying, I wonder if Florida tourism is going to suffer because of the NAACP travel advisory, because people go to Florida for the beaches. Florida tourism. Queen of Cups. Oh, she's in a bathing suit. Isn't that great? With the seahorse and on the shell. What a great card. Perfect card for this. All right. Six of Wands, Hermit, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, King of Wands. Holly and France says some people will decide to retire elsewhere. Yeah. Sherlock Holmes says, I wonder where all the spring breakers will be going next year. Well, that's what this feels like, is that some people are just used to, like, they don't pay enough attention to politics, so they're going to tune it out. And it's like, you better hope things don't go badly for you there, because they could go really badly for you there. But anyway, Hermit, there are some people who are saying, nah, if I'm going somewhere, it's not Florida. This Queen of Swords here is, there's so much nasty legislation coming down. This is a right-wing plan, and a King of Wands here, which is, there's more. Just give DeSantis some time, there's more. And I'm getting this weird pain and itch right in the middle of my back, like somebody just stabbed me in the back. Which is what we're talking about here, which is you can go and you think everything's going to be fine and you don't need to worry until something goes wrong, and then you're stuck. So I'm telling you, Chicago, that toddling town. Oh, pick a key. That toddling town. There we go. All right. Anyway. Okay. And let's see here. Okay. Trillium Tarot was bringing something up. I just wanted to mention. Why the delay? At 107.15. Ukraine war. The Wagner chief vows to hand Bakhmut to the Russian army by June. Why the delay? Well, my understanding, my limited understanding, is that the Wagner Group says once we catch Bakhmut, we're giving it to the Russians and we're done. We're out. So they went and did a photo op, like, here, look at some rubble. We did it. And giving themselves a couple of weeks to pack up their stuff. That might be what's going on there. So, oh, gnarly energy. So, Wagner Group, are you done? Are you out? Tuck this into my collar. I can hang it right there. Wagner Group. Are you done? Are you out? Two of Pentacles. They're not getting the supplies or the money that they need. Good. Because you are heinous. Nine of Wands. Feeling beaten up. Hanged Man. Really not getting the support that they would need to continue their reign of abject terror, heinous terror. Five of Cups is in the middle. Eight of Pentacles. Five of Wands. So they might be able to make some more money going into fighting somewhere else, because, yeah, they're not getting this. They're mercenaries, and they're not getting the support, stuff, ammunition, supplies, money, everything that they want. They're not getting it. And the war is stalling. The Russians are not winning. This is a card in the middle. Is a Five of Cups. This is a card of disappointment. Wagner Group, they've knocked down many a cup. And I say that in the sense of, staggering, unconscionable war crimes. But here we are. And working. They work for money. And this is the absolute chaos they can create. They want to go work, not die for Russia. Oh, man. Ew. Ugh. 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 Friend says, oh my, the sage is coming out. Lordy, must be bad. It is. Yeah, Cassie Dola. They call themselves mercenaries for a reason. Yeah. Yeah. Ick. All right. I'm done. That's good for me. There was a question here about the state of the nuclear weapons in Russia. I can look at that tomorrow, but yeah, I'm really done with this energy. So I need to do post-production, and then I get ready. It's because I'm going to be on a recorded Zoom call with Andre from Astrology Alert, and he'll be releasing that on his channel at some point. And he said he's going to give me a copy, so I'll put it on here some as soon as I get it. Oh no, Trillium Tarot. Sorry for the skeevies. No, it's we. This is kind of how we do. We look at the icky stuff, but we look at it together because you're not alone. We are in this together. And frankly, there really are good days ahead. I'm serious. So right now, it is 1:26 p.m. here in Chicago. I'm going to record with Andre, and then the Creative Sprints on the Creative Sprints channel usually starts at 3 p.m., 3 to 6 p.m. It may start at 3:30 unless Sarah is feeling up to starting at regular time. So hopefully we'll get to see her for a sprint or two. But yeah, so have a wonderful day. All right, take care of yourself. And we will talk soon. And tomorrow I will be right back here again because I'm here 365 days a year. Thank you. Take care. And I'll see you later. Or at least right here tomorrow.